All right. I won't wait long. That's my thing because a lot of people watch this on a replay, and I'm not about to waste a lot of time. I want to get right into it. I'm going to give y'all like 30 seconds. That's it. Just 30 seconds. Yep. Yep. So the internet is full of men bashing, women bashing. And this will not be that type of live stream. I do not believe in that. I have my opinion about women. I have my opinion about men. And that opinion fluctuates depending on the person, as an opinion should. We have such strong opinions about racism, classism, and all kind of isms. And then we get online and listen to the biggest isms from the biggest fools. And it's crazy that people are allowing these social media people to influence their life in such a huge capacity. These people are not well educated most of the time. These are people who enjoy listening to themselves. I enjoy listening to myself, but I actually have an education. And in having an education, my education is not in psychology or anything pertaining to relationships. But I don't need an education in relationships because I have had my own relationships. And I want to tell y'all that these people setting y'all up for failure. The internet is setting y'all up for failure. A, a lot of people are getting all of this information from the internet and they single as hell. And the people that's giving you the information is single as hell. Or they're in terrible relationships, they fronting and faking and flogging, and they giving y'all all of this bad information. And then this information is being taken in and it's being considered law. It's being considered law. Now you have people who have actual degrees in psychology and different things like that that can give you some information that may make a little more sense. But a lot of times you're going to scroll past them to the people that's hype and all over these podcasts. And these people are going around and doing tours and misguiding guys and females too, and misguiding people on relationships when it's just not that deep. Relationships are not 50-50. Relationships are not 50 to 0 or 100 to 0. Any good relationship is 100-100. And that's not just monetarily, that is emotionally, that is physically, that is whatever needs to be done, they are doing it, right? Whatever needs to be done, the people in a relationship are responsible for whatever needs to be done to make that relationship successful. So if something needs to be done around the house, I am not worried about how long I've been in my office working or how long I've done anything else or who took the kids to practice. Whatever needs to be done has to be done. When you go into a relationship and you are trying to quantify something that is not quantifiable and you're making it 50-50, what are you talking about? I don't know what people are talking about. I don't understand what a 50-50 relationship is. I wouldn't know where to start. I don't have a clue what a 50-50 relationship would entail. I don't know what that is. All I know is every day I wake up, I feel a little different than the day before or the day after. And I know that things have to be done. I know that my kids have practice. I know that other things have to be taken care of. Maybe they need help with homework. And I'm not going to say, hey, I helped with the homework yesterday. It's your turn. I'm not going to say that. My lady maybe she does hair. My lady may be doing hair for the whole day. I'm going to find something to eat. I'm not about to wait for her to cook, even if I've been working all day, even if I've been busy. Whatever needs to be done needs to be done. A relationship is 100, 100, or that relationship is going to fail. If a bill needs to be paid and I'm not paying the bill, my lady is going to pay the bill, because if the bill does not get paid, then we are going to go without. We're going to go without a home, or we're going to go without electricity, or we're going to go without something else. If food is, and whoever is available is going to prepare the food. And some days I'm busy as hell and maybe I don't want to prepare the food. I'm going to order something to eat. Whatever needs to be done has to be done. Stop believing the hype. These people are setting y'all up for failure. These internet people are tricking y'all. They are there are females who are telling you that they're too good for the Cheesecake Factory for a first date. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? What are you talking about? What makes you too good for the Cheesecake Factory? What is your standard? What am I expected to do on a first date with you? And what makes you believe you're worth that standard? I'm not dogging females, but I want to know what makes you think that you're worth something more than a Cheesecake Factory. It's just a question. So maybe you are worth more than a Cheesecake Factory, and you can explain that to me. Look, I don't do Cheesecake Factory. I eat X, Y, and Z every day, and I do this for myself. And a lot of times people are expecting somebody else to provide better than they provide for themselves. If you would take yourself to the Cheesecake Factory, what's wrong with that being the first date? I don't care if it's Coney. I don't care if it's Coney. You may be a Coney Island eating female, and that is fine. Then if he's taking you to Coney, that's what you like. If you eat Coney on your own every day, then why are you pressing somebody else to do more than that and thinking that you deserve more than that? I feel like there's no such thing as a gold digger. If you provide for yourself a certain way, then the man that you're dealing with should be able to provide for you in the same way. Men, if you see a female that's living up to a certain standard and you know you can't provide that type of standard that she's used to, then maybe you should move along. It's nothing to be offended by. I am never offended if a female say, "I want a man that make a quarter million dollars." I didn't make a quarter million dollars, and I'm fine with that. I'm not mad if a female say, "I want a man who is 6'5", dark with long dreads and all." Who cares? I'm not the guy you're looking for. What's wrong with her having standards? It's nothing wrong with her having standards. What's funny to me is when you go outside of what you are and your standards are unrealistically high, and then nobody that you're dating or attracting is meeting that standard, then you need to redefine yourself. Maybe you need to do something on your end to attract the type of people that you want to attract. That only makes sense. If you feel like you want a man of a certain caliber, but you are not attracting him, or vice versa. If you feel like you want a female of a certain caliber, but you are not attracting her, then you need to go do some work on yourself to make sure that you are the person that that person will be attracted to. I don't do a lot of relationship advice, but I've had a few phone calls this week and I've had these kind of conversations. And I said, why not bring it to Facebook? I'm not gonna lie. My guy Ty actually told me that I need to do this live stream, and I couldn't do it the other day when I told him I would because I got pretty busy. But I'm on here now and I'm telling y'all, this is not that hard. I see people talking about pee in the pool, in the dating pool, and all of this stuff. And I don't get it. I don't get it. If it's pee in the dating pool and you're at the pool, then who's pissing in the pool? Y'all letting social media set y'all up for failure. It is no such thing as a 50-50 relationship. Any good relationship is 100% and 100%. That's it and that's all. There are things that have to be done in a relationship. And if both people are not committed to doing those things, then the relationship will not work. This is not a business venture. This is not a 50-50 venture. This is a real life relationship with two different people of two different backgrounds going in two different directions sometimes that decide to come together and do something together. And in order for that to be successful, everybody within the relationship have to give 100%. They have to put themselves aside sometime for the betterment of the relationship, or the relationship would not work. That does not mean you need to be fake, fraudulent, or phony to be in a relationship with somebody. If that person is not keen to you as a person, if they are not feeling you as a person, do not go into that relationship being fake and putting on a front, because that only lasts so long. But what I'm saying is, you have to put your best foot forward. 50-50 is a mirage. It's a mirage, and that relationship is not going to work. If a female is sitting around waiting for some man to take care of her, then that man is going to have a lot of control. And you have to be a certain type of female to be able to give up that type of control in today's age. 50, 60 years ago, the females were built different, just like 50, 60 years before that. People were built different. In this age where people are expecting females to work and do things that men do, a man has to come in that house. I wash clothes, I do dishes, I do whatever needs to be done to make sure that my house is a home. This is not about being 50-50. This is not about pointing fingers. This is about being realistic. This is about being realistic. You cannot be a person of a certain caliber and you think that you're going to get this person of this way higher caliber. It happens. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's improbable. You cannot be a female that's making $25,000 a year and talking about you want a six-figure man. That is crazy to me. You would wish upon a star for that six-figure man. And then what are y'all going to talk about? What do y'all have in common? What are you doing in your life to attract a six-figure man? Men, you could talk about how beautiful and how enlightened you want your woman to be, but what are you doing to attract that? I know men who don't even bathe every day. What kind of woman do you expect to attract when you don't even wash your ass every day? Women, you want a man with a six pack and you want a man to do it, but you running around here looking like you know what? Like, stop it. Stop it. There's no piss in the dating pool. The internet and social media has given you guys unrealistic expectations and y'all don't even understand it. I seen a clip today where a lady was talking about beautiful women having things handed to them, about beautiful women just being treated with a certain type of flair. And I said, I can agree with that. But beauty fades. So if your only leg to stand on is the fact that you look good, in a few years you won't have anything else to stand on. Stop it. Men, we cannot put our money first. We cannot put our money first. We go to, if you put your money first, things happen. And I'm not wishing that on nobody. But you seen markets crash and certain things happen. If you put your money first instead of your character, then you may attract a woman that is interested in your money and not your character. Now you have to deal with the slow time or whatever you're going through. And this woman she didn't sign up for that. She's not built for that. So now you're stuck in a position where you have to find somebody else who could deal with you in your current state because you've already lost all your leverage because you're not making the money that you used to make, or something else happened. Maybe you got sick and you couldn't make the money that you used to make, but you got this woman who was only interested in what you could provide for her because you did not approach that situation character first. I always believe in leading character first. People that know me know I'm never gonna overstunt. I'm never gonna talk a bunch about money. I talk about character. And if you are of a certain ilk, then you would make a certain amount of money because the cream always rises to the top. I am never the person that's leading with my wallet ever. I'm never going to be that person. Even if I call you a bum, I'm not calling you a bum because what's in your wallet or your bank account. I'm calling you a bum because what's in your mind and how you handle yourself or handle the people around you. I am never talking down on anyone for money. You can be inherited money. You cannot be inherited character. That is something that you develop. You have some things that you are born with, but the type of character that I'm talking about is something that you develop over a certain amount of time. I'll be 40 years old this year. My character is my character. Now, that does not mean that I am perfect. What that does mean is that you don't have to worry about me stealing from you. You don't have to worry about me backstabbing you. You don't have to worry about being my friend and I'm side eyeing your woman because my character is what sets me apart, not my money. So I don't have to lead with my money. Now, after you talk to me about my character, then we could talk about some money because that may be the next natural conversation. Well, how much money do you make doing this? Well, I make X amount of money. That's cool. I explained on other podcasts, I did six figures last year. I bust my ass for them six figures. And I said, next year, I am not going to work this hard for this money. I'll bust my ass. So when I get different things thrown at me and my friends ask me different questions about relationships, I am the first person to tell them, do not lead with money. Always lead with character. And even when you're picking a mate, you should lead with character. You should look for a certain character. If you're looking for a certain character, you don't have to worry about how much money they make. You don't have to worry about their body count. Like why are men worried about a woman's body count? That intrigues me. That confuses me. It don't even intrigue me because I'm not overly thinking about this. It confuses me why a man would be so concerned with a woman's body count. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. Nobody wants somebody that everybody has had. So I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but I'm saying if it's not close to you, what's the point of it? If I cannot walk in a room and be surrounded by men who've had you, I am not worried about your body count. We all have a history. So when I see men talk about a woman's body count, that's crazy to me. What you should be more concerned with is her character. Now, naturally, if a woman is of a certain character, then her body count would not be that high unless she went through some dramatic change in recent years or so. And maybe she had fun in her teenage years and she just grew up. But if a woman has held on to a certain character most definitely, Kong. I feel you, Kong G. So we gonna post this. A man should be more concerned with a woman's character. Listen to me. You have to be more concerned with a woman's character because if her character is of a certain quality, then you will understand that she didn't give herself to everybody. If you meet a woman and she is of very low character, you do not need to know her body count. It's not important how many people she slept with. If she's of a low character, you can almost bank on it. You can almost bank on it. She's been around a little bit. She's been around a little bit. And that's all that needs to be understood. And you can decide if you want to deal with that female or not. Females, if you meet a man, I've been to prison twice. I've came out of prison and made a lot of money. But if you'd have met me the first month that I was out of prison, I had no car, I had no crib. I was sleeping in my sister house in her den on a futon, and I was still me. My character was consistent. That's it. My income was not consistent, but my character was consistent. I had to ask my sister a little bit down the line, did she think I was crazy because of how I behaved? Even at my lowest, I was coming out of prison and I didn't have shit, but my character was the same. I was still me. So I had to ask her, like, did you think I was crazy because I didn't have shit, but my standards were of a certain quality or a certain? And she said, no, because I knew you were going to get it together and you needed those standards to get it together. I talked to one of my friends today and I explained to them, bruh, we not settling, man. You are a person of a certain quality and you deserve to have a female of a certain quality in your life. We are no longer settling. I don't encourage a woman to settle. I'm not encouraging my friends to settle. If you are a man of a certain quality, you deserve a woman of a certain quality. If you are a woman of a certain quality, you deserve a man of a certain quality. And it's nothing wrong with that. My only problem is when you are not of that quality and you feel like you deserve that quality and you're just creating a way. Stop it. So once again, relationships are not 50-50; they are 100-100. Don't get it twisted. And you should not be looking for money in a mate. You should not be looking to count bodies in a mate. You should look for character. If you want a long-lasting relationship, you have to look at the character. And I'm not saying people don't change. I'm not saying that a person may not have been turned up in high school and she got her life together. That is okay. You have to look at the character. But if you meet her and she's still turned up, you gotta accept that. Don't believe shit she tell you out of her mouth. Believe everything that she show you. And a woman of a certain ilk is going to behave a certain way. She's going to be around a certain group of friends. She's going to visit certain places. You're not going to tell her. You're not going to have to tell her what she can and cannot wear when she leave the house because she's going to understand that she's representing you and she's going to carry herself a certain way anytime. This is the difference. That's it, fellas. Stop making this too hard. It is okay, ladies. Stop making this too hard. Drop all the bullshit and 6 this and 100,000 this and a quarter million this and all these weak ass qualifications that you don't even fit. Just let it go. There is no piss in the dating pool. People are just delusional. That's what's going on. People are delusional. People feel like they deserve way more than they are, and that's why they cannot find a mate because they are getting exactly who they are. Maybe not in their head. In their head, there's something special. But in reality, you're getting exactly who you are. And until you step it up, you're going to consistently bump your head in relationships. Now, y'all can take this advice and y'all don't have to shoot the messenger. I'm telling y'all, stop listening to these people on social media. They don't know you. They're going to tell you, you should do XYZ. I'm not telling you to do anything, but I believe in having standards. What I'm telling you is you have to be the person that the standard that you're looking for is attracted to. So you need to decide what type of person your standard of a person is attracted to, and you need to become that. Until then, you will do nothing but complain and you will be upset because the people around you look to be having fun and they're in relationships and they're no, no. Get yourself together, get everything that you need together, and you make sure you're able to bring 100% to that relationship because the person on the other side of that relationship is going to expect 100% from you. And that's real life.